Hey, what's good? It's Marshall Mathers the fourth here. I don't know what I'm gonna do with my life. Honestly, to tell you all the truth, I really don't know what my purpose is. I don't know why the fuck I was born. I don't know why I was put on this earth. I don't know what my destiny is, or if I even have one. I don't know what my calling is. I don't know what my fucking vocation is, or anything like that. And I just honestly feel like a failure, just all around and overall. At the end of the fucking day, I feel just like a worthless, pathetic, pitiful lowlife. And at least I'm being straightforward with you guys. At least I'm being fucking honest. Like, brutally honest, as a matter of fact. Like, I'm not holding anything fucking back. And I'm telling you how I deeply feel, personally, on the inside. And I wish that I could say that, oh, I know what I'm gonna do in my life, and I know the fucking steps I'm gonna take, and I know what my skill is, or I wish I could say that I am interested in something that could make me money, and that I know for a damn well fact that it will make me money, whatever that may be, if that were the case. But it's obviously and clearly not. I don't know what I'm fucking good at. Like, honestly, I don't know what I'm good at. And I mean, at least I'm not being fake with you. I'm not wearing a fucking mask and acting like a fucking, like, liar and a phony, like how many fucking YouTubers do nowadays and have for a while, as a matter of fact. And I'm giving you my all right here. I mean, it pains me to even talk like this, and I don't want to seem like, I don't want it to seem like I'm complaining. I don't want it to come off like that, and I don't want it to come off like, oh, I'm weak or whatever, and that I want people to throw a pity party for me. But I just don't know what I'm gonna fucking do with my life. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to move out of my parents' house. And even just that thought, even thinking about it, as I do a lot, as a matter of fact, it terrifies the shit out of me. It really does. Because I'd love to be able to move out right now, immediately, just all of a sudden, just, and I mean right now as I'm making this video. I would love to say that I have a license, I have my own car, I have money to go wherever the fuck I want to go in this country, and easily, with no problems or issues whatsoever, be able to afford an apartment. And for that matter, I would love to be able to have my own house. I think that'd be dope as shit if I, at this age, were able to have my own house, and say that, like, I have enough money saved up, or that I'm gonna make enough money to afford a house or whatever. And I want to be able to get married. I want to be able to have a wife and have a family of my own. I want to be able to provide for myself. I want to be totally and completely independent from my parents. I want to be on my own and just set apart from them. I want to be my own man. And I want to be able to not only just provide for myself, but eventually, potentially, provide for a wife and kids. I would be so fucking happy if I were able to do that, and also say that I could actually do that. And, like, know for sure that, yeah, that's gonna happen. That's definitely gonna happen for sure. And, like, sooner than later. Because if I get too old, I won't even really want a wife and kids. I don't want to be, like, those motherfuckers that get married in their 30s or 40s and then start having kids then. No, fuck that shit. I want to be able to have kids now in my 20s. And as a matter of fact, I wish I could have had kids in my late teens, to tell you all the truth. And I know that a lot of people, even before they're even married, have fucking babies, kids, or whatever, offsprings, while they're in their fucking early teens, mid-teens, and late teens. And the fact that I'm almost 23, and if I'm gonna be comparing myself even to people who I used to go to fucking school with since elementary school, who are like my age, or maybe a year or two older than me, or a year or two younger than me, or again, my age, they have fucking girlfriends or wives, they have their own kids, some maybe even have their own fucking place, they have had jobs since they're fucking teens, like, I don't know, since the age of 15, 16, 17 years old, they've had jobs since then, they've had their driver's license since, I don't know, 16, their parents bought them their own fucking car, and I bet they have a bunch of materialistic shit that they're spoiled with, on top of all that, and I bet they're able to not only provide for themselves, but also their girlfriend and or wife, and of course their kids. And the fact that I'm almost 23 and still living with my parents just makes me feel embarrassed, humiliated, ashamed, and guilty as fuck. The fact that I'm still living under my parents' roof, and the fact that I'm still as dependent on them as I am. It breaks my fucking heart, and it tears me apart emotionally and mentally. It fucking kills me, as a matter of fact. It's just a straight up torturing and tormenting feeling to know that I'm still as dependent on my parents, and the fact that I still expect them to get me food, and they hardly ever do that. And I mean, at the very least and minimum, I fucking wish I could at least buy my own goddamn food, and at least take care of myself in that way, so I don't at least have to be dependent on them food-wise, because I have my own favorite special foods that I like or even love, and I don't have any fucking way to afford them, because I have no money of my own. I have no income of my own whatsoever at all, and I have to expect and ask my mom to ask my dad to give my mom money, and he hardly gives her any, no offense, and that's not a bad thing, and for her to take me to the fucking store and get me food. Obviously I'm with her, but it still brings me so much fucking agony that I have to ask my dad. Like, it makes me feel like dog shit. Like, honestly. It makes me feel like dog shit that I still expect my dad, and it's not like I demand of my dad, but I do expect, and I do want him to give my mom, his wife, money so that I can go to the store and get food I like. And I hardly ever get the chance to go to the store. I mean, even when it comes to my younger siblings, they have way more food than I usually have. They usually, for the most part, don't go hungry. But I myself do. And I guess I deserve it because I'm still jobless and I'm still as dependent on my fucking parents as I am. And I'm not fucking proud of that. I really wish people wouldn't get the fucking idea or intention that I'm fucking proud. That, oh, I'm still dependent on my parents and I'm still fucking living under their roof. And I leech off of them and I'm practically a fucking freeloader and a goddamn bum. And I have no fucking way whatsoever to provide for myself. For my own needs or wants. Or both. And I wish that I could be more independent from my parents, even if I choose to still live under the roof. But I don't want to. I fucking hate the fact that I'm even doing that, because I don't have as much freedom while still living under the roof. And I certainly wouldn't want to fucking be dating, even if I did have a job, my own money, income, or whatever you want to call it, and had my own car and driver's license. I would not want to be dating a fucking girl knowing that I'm still living with my parents. Like, no fucking way in hell would I want to do that. And unless or until I move out and get my own place, even if that just be simply an apartment, I don't want to be dating. I wouldn't even want to try or get involved in that in any way, shape, or form, unless or until I move out. And like I said, I don't know if I ever will, to tell you all the honest truth, just the honest, flat out, straight up, at the end of the fucking day truth. I don't know if I ever will either move out, or I don't know if I ever will be able to move out. Knowing my fucking circumstances, knowing the fucking situation of my life that I'm in, I don't know. I really don't. And you know, the thing that honestly, like, I am so upset and disappointed in myself. I am not at all proud with myself. I'm not happy with myself. And I don't love myself. I don't think I'm fucking cool. And I don't think I'm anyone who's worth or deserves respect, love. I don't deserve to be appreciated or cared about. I don't. I haven't really put forth that much effort and drive or whatever, motivation, in order to get a job, in order to make something of myself in my life. I haven't put that much, I don't know, work or time forth to try to make a name for myself, to try to put my marking in this world. And it's not like, oh, I expect everything to come easy or anything. Of course not. But it shouldn't be this hard. And, you know, a lot of times I just honestly feel like that I'm a mistake. A mistake that my parents gave birth to. A mistake that my parents created and gave birth to. Because my parents, even in their youth, not only suffered way more extreme severe conditions and situations and circumstances than I ever did and could ever possibly imagine, but also they busted their ass. They worked their asses off. They were so hardworking and so diligent, and they just had so much drive and motivation and self-esteem and confidence and all that in their life, in their youth. And I just don't get how someone like me could ever possibly come from two very hard workers such as them. I don't know how a person like me, who's practically a bum, who's so fucking dependent and just leeching and freeloading off of my poor old parents who are in their 50s, I don't see how that's possible. I really don't. I don't get that. And, you know, I will say that I wish my parents would have aborted me, because I would have much rather preferred to have never been born or existed at all in this world than to have been born, especially knowing the way that I am and the way that I've been for a fucking long time, since my teens, and knowing just how much of a burden I am on my parents. And, you know, my parents can't really help me out when it comes down to it, because, like, my dad works 4 days a week, 10 hours every single one of those days. And my mom is a fucking full-time house worker. And so I don't really have anyone else to, like, take me to driver's training, or take me to try to look for and find a job or work. I mean, the only way that it would be possible for me to get a job as of right now, as of what I have at the moment, is if I were to walk. That would be the only way. That would be the only even chance that I have at getting a job. I mean, honestly. And, you know, when I think of the society and system we live in, I can only think to myself, well, shit. The society and system we live in is way too fast-paced and advanced for me. Because when you think about the world doesn't stop. It doesn't pause. It doesn't hold up. Even if there's a person suffering and really going through just absolute hell, whether that be physically, emotionally, or mentally, or whatever it is they're going through, the world will not stop. The world's not going to be like, oh wait, this guy over here or this girl over here is really suffering and having a really hard and difficult time and just really going through it right now. Let's pause time, let's stop time, and let's all throw a pity party for this individual. Even if there were multiple people suffering all at fucking once, the world is still not gonna stop or pause or hold up or take a break or anything like that. It's gonna keep progressing and moving forward. It's gonna keep advancing, and the world is just gonna keep going and going and going, and whether or not you choose to go along with it. And obviously I didn't choose that. And, you know, I'm not that smart or wise and intelligent. Like, for real, I'm not. And, like, when I think of our society and system, like, bro, it's so fucking advanced. I mean, in just every possible way that you could possibly think of. It's so advanced, it's so fast-paced. Everything's just moving forward at a certain pace, and this world just keeps progressing and moving forward and so on and so forth. And, like, people are inventing new things, and I don't know, it's just, like, when I think of someone like me, I don't know what the fuck I'm good for. I really don't. And like I said before earlier in this video, I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know what my calling is, my vocation is. I don't know what my destiny is, or if I even have one. I don't know. Like, I don't know. And it's not like, oh, I'm even putting forth or bringing forth anything that's helpful to the society we live in, to the system we live in, and that we as human beings are a part of. I'm not inventing the next best app or the next best fucking car or gaming PC or boat or whatever. Or inventing the next best technological advancement, whatever that may be, or founding the next best, I don't know, like, I'm not bringing anything that's helping this society in any way, shape, or form. I'm not. Because I don't know anything. I'm not skilled. I don't have any fucking skills. And my dad is always trying to get me interested and fascinated in getting a skill. He wants me to fucking have a skill, whether that be welding, electrician, plumber, or whatever. Like, he wants me to have a skill, and I don't want to have any fucking part of that, because I know I could just simply get a minimum wage fucking job, and especially knowing that's all I'll probably ever have in my entire fucking miserable existence, unless, of course, I become a fucking famous YouTuber and start making a shit ton of money. And even when it comes to it, what really sucks is the fact that I should be making money as of right now on YouTube, but I can't because I only have 16 gigabytes on my phone at the very most. And most of them, of course and obviously, are taken up. I'll even prove it. I'll screenshot a picture of the amount of storage I have on my piece of shit phone, and I'll upload it for like a community photo or whatever on my channel, and to just prove to you all that I hardly have any fucking storage or gigabytes on my shitty pissy ass cell phone that is a piece of trash. And like, honestly, I don't know what I'm meant to do in my life. I don't. And like I said, I want to be able to have my own home. I wish I had my own car, driver's license. I wish I were married. I wish I had my own fucking family. I wish I had gaming PCs. I wish I had video games. I wish I could always afford my own fucking food and be so independent from my parents. I wish I could move out. I wish I could be on my own and do what I want with my life. But I'm unable to. And it just breaks my heart. And it just tears it apart. The fact that I know I'm not anywhere close to achieving any of those things. And the society and system we live in puts so much fucking guilt and pressure on me and people like me, and I know I'm not the only one out there who's like myself, to get a job. And if you don't get a job, well, they're gonna fucking ridicule you and bash you and judge you and diss you and make you feel even more worse than you already do. I'm just not meant for this world. I mean, honestly, I don't feel like I was ever meant for it. I don't know what world I was meant for, or if I should have even ever existed in the first place. But anyway, let me know what y'all think in the comment section below. I'm out.